Texas for the crosstown showdown between the Leander Lions and the number 1 ranked Cedar Park Timberwolves. We're here this evening. Cedar Park, the underdog, is now coming onto the field. Tonight we're on your Texas Sports Radio Network. With me tonight is guest color analyst Mark Gubitz. I'm Chuck Cracy. Our recorder is Mickey Holden. Sorry, Mickey. But we're here tonight with what many people are going to look at and think, oh, blowout. Number 1, Cedar Park, taking on the Leander Lions, who last year were 0-10. Everybody wrote them off. This year, they are 2-3. Arguably could be 3-2, or maybe even 4-1, if that Rouse game lasts another 3 minutes.
Right,
maybe.
right.
Obviously you can only play the allotted time, but here you go. What do you think, Matt? Does Cedar Park have a chance in a game like this, a rivalry game like this, where the kids know each other, have known each other for their lives?
Well, as you said, they've known each other for a while, so this is really kind of going back to when they were in Pee Wee League. They've been playing each other that long. 2 new coaches, so 2 new dynasties being set up. There's a good chance for Cedar Park, and there's a good chance for Leander. This is one of those on any given Sunday kind of games because everybody's really hyped up. They're going to be at their best.
Well, and you hear about, Texas OU, doesn't matter the records, or
exactly.
Cowboys Redskins, doesn't matter the record. This is a similar type of situation where all the number 1, and it looks like we're going to go to the national anthem real quick, Matt, so we don't miss that. I'm going to go on ahead and switch the crowd mic up, and we'll come back to the pregame in a second. Looks like we're going to have the coin toss first. Captains for Leander are number 71, Aaron Rodriguez, also known as A.A. Rod, maybe the best nickname for an offensive lineman in the district. We've got number 68, or is that a 66? It looks like it's 66, Justin Lemons. Also 64, Colton Kessler, and there on the end. Looks like we got, what is that, number 60 there on the end?
I think so, yeah.
Chris Uptadell. So we're bringing a bunch of linemen out there, which is, what you want to see. Games are won in the trenches. Nobody's going to pretend like Cedar Park's offensive line isn't 6'3", 300 pounds across the board. But you've got to still compete against those guys, and you've got to stand up against them, line up across from them, and hit them in the mouth. The coin toss has been determined. Let's see what the ref's call is. Cedar Park will be kicking from the south end or the scoreboard side of the stadium. They're wearing black jerseys with green numbers and silver helmets, shiny silver helmets. Leander has their shiny red helmets, white jersey, blue numbers, red pants. We're going to go to the national anthem now. Pretty good rendition there.
That was really nice. You're right. I was going to mention that.
And appropriate for this this game. You know, like I said, a lot of teams would want to write Leander off. I think they may surprise some teams here tonight, or some fans here tonight. People that aren't quite as up on what's going on here locally, especially here in the zone, the school zone for Leander, and the buy-in you're getting from fans, family. We had a podcast this week, pretty successful. We're going to have another one on Wednesday at Brooklyn Heights Pizza, Crystal Falls, Leander, 6 to 7 o'clock if you'd like to come out. If not, look for a YouTube link and you can watch the podcast, or at least listen to the podcast live. And we're going to get going right away here, Matt. That's one of the things I like about high school football. There's not a whole lot of messing around. You don't have TV timeouts or anything like that to delay the action. What we're going to have here is back deep to receive for Leander. We have number 22, Seth Venner. Also back, we have Matthew Long, and number 3, Jai Garcia.
Good to see Jai back out there, too.
Yes. Kicking off for the Timberwolves, we have number 81. We weren't provided a Timberwolves roster. And we'll see if we can get one of those during the game. The kick is fielded at the goal line by Venner, and he runs to his left, crosses the 10, gets down to about the 17, and it'll be first down and 10 there for Leander. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 19, or about 18 and a half.
It was a nice run. The blocking seems to be holding up really well. Leander looks like they're out here to play.
I might not have encouraged my kick returner to take that out there. It was real close to the goal line, so it's almost better safe to be sorry than to go ahead and return that out, because it could have been a bad play had it been in play when he fielded, or him partially in play. Parker McNeil has an empty set, and they open with 5 wides, throw immediately to the tight end, number 80, Michael Berry. It's incomplete, as number 39 for Cedar Park able to come up and meet Berry at the same time the ball does. Parker McNeil's in a pistol formation. He has 2 backs staggered to his right, 2 single receivers tied into the left. He hands off this time to the tailback, number 13, Ray Gibson, who carries over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It'll be second down, or actually third down now, 3rd down and 7, ball marked at the 21-yard line of Leander. Parker McNeil in the backfield along with Ray Gibson. He has twin receivers to his left, a single receiver to the left. McNeil looks to throw, hits Ty Worthy on a drag route, but he's tackled quickly by number 7, short of first down yardage. In fact, they're going to mark that with a minimal gain at the 24-yard line. And Leander early on brings out the punting unit. Hopefully a good punt gets off, Matt, but you got to get past these early jitters.
Yeah, you do. And I want to mention that the tempo is really up with the Lions on the first set here. Not a whole lot of time wasted. They're out here ready to call the next play.
Exactly. And back to punt, Murdoch, the kicker, punter and place kicker. He gets run into. There's no flag. His punt bounces straight up and basically dies at the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cedar Park from their own 43. And, I wish I could get my golf ball to do that.
Yeah, just stop. That would be
right.
Nice. I'm not thinking that's what Kyle was hoping to do, but
I'm sure that he would like his golf ball to stop like that, too.
Yeah.
Maybe not his punt. So we come out with the Timberwolves come out in a pistol formation. They have a single back set. They have trips to the right and a single receiver to the left. Handoff goes to the running back, number 31. I know that to be Tyler Levine, but there was a whistle before the snap.
Looks like
penalty.
motion.
And we'll mark off the 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 this time. And they marked that 5-yard penalty off. The ball's at the 39-yard line now. It's 1st and 15 now for the Timberwolves, and that's the kind of stuff that can beat a team. Cedar Park generally able to take advantage of that from other people. Pass in the flat completed to 16. He carries up over the 40 to maybe the 41. There defensively, the senior defensive back, Matthew Long.
Yeah, they're swarming the ball pretty well, and look, right back at it again. Timberwolves are tempo too.
Yes, and it's going to be that kind of game. It's especially when there are positive plays. They'll go right back up on the line of scrimmage, and this one goes to Levine straight ahead, and he's battling for yardage. But number 55, the defensive end there, big Luke Owen, to make the stop and hang on. He didn't quite knock Levine down initially, but Levine's legs were churning, but Luke Owen wouldn't let him go. It's going to be 3rd down and 11 now for the Timberwolves. We're in a pistol formation. He has 2 back set, 1 to his left. He sends that back in motion. Levine remains in the backfield with the quarterback, number 1. His pass is a bullet pass on a drag pattern completed at the 40, and he steps out of bounds coming across on his own sideline at the 27. You have him 3rd and long, but they're able to strike quickly, and now it's 1st down for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, they've got speed coming out of the backfield and along the side, too. That's something the Lions are going to have to contend with, is keeping up with the speed coming across the line.
And they're back on the line of scrimmage, ready to go. Play clock's blown. Quarterback in a pistol formation. Levine in the backfield. They hand the ball to Levine. He carries straight ahead. He's battling, and they stand him up and drag him down at around the 23. A whole big old group of Lions led by number 56. That's Godswell and Comba. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Timberwolves in Leander territory. Pistol formation, 2 back set. You got 1 on each side. Twin receivers to the right. Looking at the single receiver on the left. Almost intercepted, tipped in the air, and then caught by the receiver, number 5.
Wow.
Isaiah Turner was looking at nothing but green in front of him, and that would have certainly been a 80-yard pick 6. But he tips it straight up. Cedar Park catches it. Now it's 3rd and 1. Timberwolves on the line of scrimmage. Pistol formation. Fakes this handoff. Goes back to the receiver again. He's battling. We get a late flag. Number 5 there on the coverage. Isaiah Turner. That's going both ways. That could be offset. We'll see what the call is. Let's listen to the ref's call. Well, go ahead and say.
I'll say both guys have right for the ball. They can battle for the ball. I'm just not sure if Turner had his head turned around, was looking for the ball as well as he should have been. But we'll see what the ref has to say.
And they are going to call interference on Turner, and they're going to make it 1st down and goal for the Timberwolves at the line 6. And, Leander's had to battle from behind all season long, so this isn't unfamiliar territory, but it'd be nice to get a stop and force a field goal here. Pistol formation, single back set, got twin receivers on either side. Handoff goes to Levine straight ahead. He's wrapped up, but he battles hard down to about the 3-yard line. There on the stop, number 8 for Leander, Levi Beck. It's now 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. We have 2 backs in the shotgun formation, no receiver to the right, everything coming left, and the handoff goes to the halfback, and he's in for the score. That's number 16 for Cedar Park, and they take an early 6-0 lead with 8:36 remaining in the first quarter as they line up the point after touchdown. Tough to stop student body left, which is essentially what that play was.
Going way back.
Student body zone left as the zone blocking opened a crease there in the middle, and the halfback, number 16, able to carry that ball across the goal line. We're going to go to commercial real quick, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Leander Lions football on the Texas Sports Radio Network.
From the teams we give our loyalty to, we expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do with the backup punt. For us, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expectmore. We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the...
And we're back here. The Timberwolves are ready to kick off. Still first quarter. They lead the Leander Lions 7-0 with 8:36 remaining in the first quarter. They're kicking from the right to left on your radio dial. Back deep to receive for the Lions, we have number 22, Seth Venner, along with number 3, Jai Garcia, and number 6, Matthew Long. Deep kick pushes Venner back into the end zone, and he kneels it. Lions will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. No time off the clock on that play. Still 8:36 remaining, and of course, as I said, the Timberwolves are leading in this game. It's the kind of thing that the Leander Lions have faced throughout the season. They tend to get down early, not necessarily by big margins, but they have shown a lot of tenacity and fight by staying in games. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of reaction we get here from the Lion offense after having a short series previously, and then the Timberwolf offense able to march down, put early points on the board. So we're going to have 1st down and 10 for Leander. They have the ball at their own 25-yard line. Parker McNeil in the shot pistol formation with Ray Gibson. Ball's on the ground. McNeil drops the snap. Gibson alertly on the ball, but that's going to be a loss of 4 yards.
Yeah, again, I think you're talking about the jitters again, trying to get out there, trying to make a play happen. Ray's pretty good with hands. Parker's usually pretty good with hands.
Yeah, you've got to get past this, and it's the reaction I want to see from that score to see what kind of fight this Lion team has. McNeil looking to throw on 2nd down. Has his receiver hit, and it looks like the referee might have been trying to reach for a flag, but then he doesn't, and the Lions sideline goes crazy as the defender was there pretty early. I think at best that referee can say the pass was a little tall, but you can't jump if you're being hit.
Yeah, there's that. He's definitely doing the uncatchable thing, but that was, I don't know, looked a little questionable on this side, but from this distance you can't really tell.
Well, I think what got me was that he was reaching to his belt for that flag, didn't find it, and decided the pass was uncatchable at that point. 3rd down and 14, 8:04 remaining in the first quarter. Cedar Park Timberwolves up 7-0. McNeil in an empty set takes the snap, has to move forward as he's flushed out of the pocket, carries straight ahead over the 25 to about the 28 where he's tackled, spun down there. McNeil's a big kid. He's a junior, 6'5", about 250. Nicked up his one of his shoulders and missed the Vandegrift game, which made it tough on the Leander offense.
A little slow getting up on Parker. Could be he's not the most. He's more of a Roethlisberger kind of quarterback,
sure.
Not the speed kind of quarterback. So that may have taken a little bit of wind out of him.
Not going to do too many Robert Griffin imitations. Murdoch out in punt formation for the Lions. The Timberwolf returner is back at the 40-yard line. Nice punt. Fielded by the Timberwolves at the 39, coming back left to right. Picks up a nice block at the 40, cuts up at midfield, shakes and bakes forward over midfield to about the Lion 45. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Timberwolves there. 7:06 remaining in the first quarter. Lion defense already out on the field, ready to go. Timberwolves on the sideline here, and they're shiny chrome silver helmets huddling here, and they're going to run out and try to add to their lead at this point. Here comes the offensive line. As we said, every one of those guys about 6'5", 300 plus, especially there on the edges. Pistol formation, we have 2 backs in the backfield, twin receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Quarterback barks out his signals, takes the snap, hands off to the halfback. He gets around Luke Owen. Over the 40, near 1st down yards. A flag comes down towards the end of that play. They did give him a 10-yard gain, but let's see what the penalty is. It's going to be a hold against the Timberwolves. and that will come back. It'll be 1st and 20 instead. That helps.
That helps a lot. And when you stretch the play out that long, that really puts a lot of pressure on your O-line to keep the guys away, and sometimes that grabbing of the shirt is going to happen.
And that actually was a spot foul. It happened about 5 yards upfield, 6 yards upfield. So it's going to be actually 4 yards upfield. So it's going to be 1st down instead of 20, 1st and 16. Pistol formation, really same setup as last time. Twin receivers left, single receiver right, 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff goes straight ahead and just swallowed up. Nothing there. Big Luke Owen just slams into the running back. Maybe even causes a loss of a yard. They're going to leave it spotted there. Also there, number 23. That, of course, Malik Jones.
Yeah, good game so far for Luke. He's stepping up.
He's playing inspired football. Pistol formation, 2-back set. We have the twin receivers left, single receiver to the right. There's the snap. Quarterback fakes the handoff, looks to throw over the middle. Too tall at a receiver, but he was covered fairly well by Turner, who had maybe the best game of any of the Lions against Vandegrift, shutting down their 6'9" receiver for the game.
Yeah, he did great. He challenged him, and I don't think anybody had really been challenging him before, and I don't think he really knew what to do.
He's D1 quality receiver, that D1 quality running back, D1 quality quarterback. Brandon Fernandez and I can't remember the receiver's name off the top of my head. We've got a pistol formation for the Timberwolves. They start with 3 backs in the backfield, and then we have a flag, and it's going to be a illegal false start. Yeah, they tried a little trickery there. They had 3 or 4 backs in the backfield, and then they all ran to a trips formation to the right, and they caught themselves in a pre-snap foul. They'll back it up 5 yards. It's 3rd and 22 now. Pistol formation, single back set. We have trips to the left and a single receiver right. Quarterback takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks, throws down the right sideline quickly. Has a receiver running down the right sideline. He had a step. Closest defender was Pedro Silva, but that pass is too tall, and it's 4th down now. Lion defense steps up, man.
Yeah, they're doing really well. The defense has even the past couple of years, the defense has really been the heart of the Lions team. Even last year they were holding on pretty well. There was only a couple of games last year that they lost by just 4 points. So they were doing well, and they've been coached well. They're holding their spots pretty well all the way across the line too.
Correct, and that is actually. In this district, every offense is good. So the teams with a little bit of defense are the ones that are going to be successful. Cedar Park has proven that over the years.
Right.
Vista Ridge, a little bit. Vandegrift, not so much. They'll try to run you out of the stadium and actually do a pretty good job of it, although their defense played decent against our backup quarterback. But the punt is up high, and it is fielded by the Lions at the 22. Fielding that punt with a nice catch is Grant Trinkle, number 21. So 3rd series, Lions have no first down to this point. 1st and 10 on the 22. They're only down a score. 5 minutes, 54 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Seems like it may be a long game, time-wise.
Yeah, so far.
How important is this drive, man?
I would say just a little important for a couple of reasons. Obviously, the boys need to get that spark back, and even just grabbing a first down or 2 is going to make a big difference to these guys.
And I think it's going to help to rest that defense by getting first down. So we've got a shotgun formation, 2-back set, 2 receivers to the left, tight end to the right. Handoff goes to Ray Gibson. He squirts out into the second level. They're going to mark him at the 29. Looked like it should have maybe gone out to the 30, but they're going to give him 5 yards on that, maybe 6. It's 2nd down. Lions back up on the line of scrimmage, forcing the Timberwolves to not be able to substitute. Shotgun formation, McNeil 2-back set, hands off to Ray Gibson, and knifing in from the right side, the defensive back, number 20, tackles Gibson for a loss of a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd down now. It's going to be 3rd, and it looks like about 7, maybe 8 yards. Lions looking to the sideline for the call. Make a couple of substitutions. They're right up on the line of scrimmage. McNeil barks out his play call. He's in a shotgun formation, has 2 backs in the backfield. He has Michael Berry on his right, 2 receivers on his left. They catch the Timberwolves coming forward at the snap. Pass is incomplete, but there's no flag. Looked like there might have been a Timberwolf player in the neutral zone, but they're not getting a call, and the coaching staff of Leander's wondering why. That hard count seemed to pull the end over.
It did. It seemed to move over, and there even seemed to be a little interference on that pass, too. Again, that's what it looks like from up here. Maybe from down on the field, it's a little different.
Yeah, and they're going to let them play, especially here early.
Yeah.
But Leander, again, no first down, come out to punt. Ball is marked at the 26. Murdoch to punt. Cedar Park's kick returner lining up again on his own 40 for the second time. Low snap. Oh, and that punt just goes maybe 10 yards. It's on the ground, covered. It touched a Timberwolf, and they're giving it to Leander. 1st and 10 on the 32. That was a terrible punt. It went like 12 yards, and it bounced back and hit a guy in the back of the legs that was blocking for the Timberwolves. Lions alertly jump on it, and they get a 4th series here, trying to get a first down.
And actually, Murdoch was run into, maybe a little bit of a dramatic flop on there. He could be a basketball player, but it was not called.
Soccer.
But there was a little flop going on there. Did not get called, which is fine because we actually ended up with the ball on
it would have been declined at that point. But,
yeah,
we're going to come out with an empty set. I guess this is what did Coach Smith call this? Long ball Friday?
Deep ball Friday.
Deep ball
so
Friday.
we'll
Here
see
we
if he's
go.
holding in.
Parker McNeil with 5 receivers. He takes the snap.
They send him
looking
again.
to throw, and they bring the house, and they're able to sack McNeil. And then a guy hits him late, and there's a flag on the ground. Let's see what that is. Make sure that none of the Leander players might have got mouthy. Let's see what the call's going to be. We'll go to the referee on the field. Sounds like his mic's not very hard, but it's a
dead ball, I think he said.
Dead ball personal foul. Late hit on the quarterback. There's Leander's first down of the game, and, hey, you take them as you can get them.
Absolutely.
They're going to step off 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, which was the 31. Or, no, it was the 26 or 21, and now it's on the 37. We'll make it the 22. Anyway, 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Parker McNeil, empty set, 5 receivers. Deep ball Friday. McNeil looks to throw and then tucks right away, runs, lowers his shoulder and picks up 5 yards over the 40, and we have a flag in the backfield. So it's either going to be a hold from that perspective or there may have been some other it could have been hands to the face defensively, but they are going to call a hold on.
Looked like it was a holding call. It's too bad because they look like they had him on their heels. Actually, that's as I said, he's not the most agile runner, but you can't underestimate him.
No, and what's scary is him lowering that shoulder because he nicked it up in the Georgetown win, scoring a touchdown, and it's bothered him since. We had a bye week and he didn't play against Vandy, so he's looking at almost 3 weeks of rest. And he just needs to make sure that he keeps that thing healthy. He looks fine now. He's got a first down in 20. Ball's at the 27. He's got 2 backs in the backfield, McNeil does. He takes the snap, hands off to Ray Gibson. He gets popped pretty hard at the 30. He's able to squirt forward to the 31. Gain of about 4. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 16. Ball at the 31-yard line. Lions quickly back to the line of scrimmage. McNeil in the backfield with 2 back shotgun formation, twin receivers to his right. He has a tight end on his left, Michael Berry. Hands off to Ray Gibson. Gibson gets tackled for a loss of maybe 1. That Cedar Park defense still flying around. They're going to have to try to figure something out to get a crease. It doesn't help to be behind the chains like they've been. So they're going to start out here or come back here with a 3rd down and 18. The ball's at the 29-yard line. Parker McNeil has a single back in the backfield. He has trips to his right, single receiver left. Tight end Michael Berry tight to the left. Fake handoff. McNeil drops it and then throws. Has a receiver. It looked like maybe a lineman who tipped it So it's incomplete. And, that doesn't look like a pretty play. It's going to bring up 4th down and 18. And Lions really lucky to try to get another punt here after that messed up punt on the series before that they got a recovery from. But here we are again. The field really hasn't changed much as far as starting position. Lions to punt. Their Cedar Park kick returner at his own 38 this time. So it moved 2 yards towards the Cedar Park goal line on that last series. Murdoch to punt. He takes the snap. Abel gets off, or he gets a nice punt off, takes a Cedar Park bounce, and the returner fields it at the 41. He's tackled immediately by number 5, Isaiah Turner. Yeah, and it looks like maybe that might have been a flag, but it also could have been the turnover beanbag because he bobbled that kick a little bit, but he was able to get it right away. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves from their own 40-yard line. We have 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Timberwolves lead 7-0. They're right back on the field, ready to go.
Interesting they decided to go ahead and run that too, considering the mass of Lions that were coming right down there.
It was probably a poor decision on his part. It worked out okay though. Pistol formation, single back set. You got trips to the left, single receiver right. Handoff goes straight ahead to Levine. He breaks his tackle, breaks a second tackle at the 45. He's at the 40, forced out of bounds in line territory at about the 28, and there's a flag down right on the inside hash near the sideline where the run was.
Little scuffle there.
2 flags, actually. We got one over here near he picked it up and threw it over. That must be where the foul occurred. And the Timberwolves seem to be backing up like they know it's against them. Let's see what the call is. As the referees discuss it, it was a nice gain by Levine. When you get a hold on that side, it makes a nice gain a lot easier.
Absolutely.
They always say they could call a hold every play. We can call a hold every play. Well, when it's at the point of attack, it needs to be called, and that's what happened there. But because of that occurring so far down the field, the 10-yard penalty was a spot foul. It's 1st and 10, and they did get the first down. It's 1st and 10 at the 47 as they reset the chain. Pistol formation, single back set. Quarterback takes the snap, looks to throw, hits the slant pattern at the Lion 40. He's tackled immediately at the 43-yard line by Isaiah Turner, but not until before he picks up a first down at the Lion 37.
That's a hard route to defend against, too. It's cutting right in, and Turner did the best he could. He did a great job of bringing him down after the catch.
You need assistance on that. Quarterback drops back, takes the snap, throws immediately down the numbers, and hits number 17, I believe, on that catch. No, that was number 16. It'll be 1st down and 10. The ball is at the 15-yard line of the Lions. They're down 7-0 with 2:36 remaining in the first quarter. Timberwolves knocking on the door again. Pistol formation. Single back to his right. Now we have 3 backs in a triangle formation, similar to the diamond formation. It goes to the halfback and in to make the stop for a loss. Senior number 6, Matthew Long. Talk about Matthew Long for a minute.
Yeah, he came shooting right in across, really took him out. He's a very aggressive player. He's also a utility player. They've even got him on the offense doing some runs sometimes too. So he's a key player on the team.
Very athletic kid. There we got a pistol formation, 2-back set, twin receivers to the right, single receiver left. Handoff goes straight ahead to Levine. He spins his way down to about the 15-yard line. About the original line of scrimmage, just shy of. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Now they're going to mark it at the 15. Cedar Park's right on the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Levine again. He gets wrapped up by Matthew Long. They're sniffing it out. Minimal gain, maybe a yard. It's going to be 4th down. And we'll see what the Timberwolves decide. Are they going to go for it or are they going to kick?
Looks like they're sending in the kicking team on this one.
They're going to bring in the kicking unit. And honestly, that's probably the best decision. You're the number 1 team in the state. You got nothing to prove. Take the points.
Yeah, and good job on the defense for the Lions too, holding them to just to these 3 points.
Number 81 is going to kick for the Timberwolves. There's the snap. There's the hole. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. The Timberwolves now lead 10-0 with 1:09 remaining in the first quarter. We'll go to commercial break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Leander Lions football on the Texas Sports Radio Network.
System? Thought about speeding up your network or getting a surveillance system? Let the professionals at Altex take care of you. With over 10,000 products in stock and professional staff, Altex is ready to provide outstanding customer service as well as the latest in technology. Altex, supplying your technology needs since 1980. Located in Austin on I-35 between Breaker and Runberg, or online at altex.com. Mention this ad for a free mouse pad with your next purchase.
And we're back at Gupton Stadium in Cedar Park, Texas, where the Cedar Park Timberwolves lead the visiting Leander Lions 10-0 with 1:09 remaining in the first quarter. Timberwolves ready to kick from the south. If you're looking at your radio dial or your internet dial, that's from your right to your left that they'll be kicking. Back deep to receive, we have Seth Venner, Matthew Long, and Jai Garcia for the Lions. That kick's going to go all the way into the end zone. Garcia lets it go into the end zone, and it will be 1st and 10 for Leander again at the 25. And I keep saying that's Seth Venner back there returning kicks, unless he changed his jersey to number 82. It's not him. And there's not an 82 on my roster, and you know that happens from time to time. Some kids get moved up. That could be Dontel Flowers, a couple of the other kids that got moved up this week. So here we are, 1st and 10. This is the 5th series for the Lions. They've had one first down by penalty. That Cedar Park defense showing its saltiness. Shotgun formation with two backs set, tied into the left, twins to the right. Ray Gibson bursts into the secondary over the 30 to the 31 for a second down and about 4.
Yeah, they're showing blitz a lot here, and it looks like our guys are actually able to pick that up a little bit now. And this time, giving Ray a lot of room to move there on the left. Let's see if they'll be able to keep that picking up that blitz as the rest of the game goes on.
That run blitz can be a gamble for teams, and we could take advantage if we catch it at the right blocking scheme. Okay, we've got 2nd and 4. McNeil drops the snap, but he's able to pick it up and hand it off to the running back coming from right to left. He picks up about 3 yards on the jet sweep. That looks like that's going to be...
That was Ray.
That was Ray Gibson for a gain of about 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 2. Lions looking to earn their first non-penalty first down. And considering that they're going to let this quarter wind down, but considering that down 10-0 to the number 1 team in the state, really not that bad, Matt. Think about that for a second. When we come back from commercial, we'll talk about that as we get back to the Leander Lion football game against the Cedar Park Timberwolves on the Texas Sports Radio Network.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expect more.
Does your computer or notebook need an upgrade or repair? Need help setting up a network or surveillance system? Thought about speeding up your network or getting a surveillance system? Let the professionals at Altex take care of you. With over 10,000 products in stock and professional staff, Altex is ready to provide outstanding customer service as well as the latest in technology. Altex, supplying your technology needs since 1980. Located in Austin on I-35 between Breaker and Runberg, or online at altex.com. Mention this ad for a free mouse pad with your next purchase.
You're welcome back to Gupton Stadium in Cedar Park, Texas, where we open the second quarter. Timberwolves lead 10-0. Leander's football, 3rd down and 2. Big play here. McNeil has single back in the backfield, and that's Ray Gibson. and he basically picks up close to first down yardage. They're going to make him about a half yard short, maybe a yard short, fourth down. Tough decision here for the Lions, but Tim Smith doesn't take very long to make that determination and sends out the punting unit as they are on their own 34-yard line. There's 11:36 and counting. Timberwolves are up 10-0. Murdoch to punt, back deep to receive for the Timberwolves. We have number 28. Again, we weren't provided a roster here in Gupton Stadium to do the broadcast, but that's okay. We're the Leander Lions Network. Anyway, the Lions punt is fielded by number 28, and he's got a little bit of speed as he carries up over midfield down near the 40-yard line of the Lions. Tackled by Luke Owen there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves at the Lion 40.
He pushed through a lot of Lions on there. Looks like they were sort of a little confused, actually, on where to go.
A little bit of lackadaisical effort, I think, on that special teams play. They're lucky Luke Owen able to get over there and knock him out of bounds before he took that right down that right sideline. Well, it is 1st and 10, though. Timberwolves looking to try to add to their 10-point lead with 11:06 remaining in the first half. We have a full triangle formation in the backfield, single receivers on each side, quarterback hands off to the tailback, whistle before the snap, and we'll see there is a flag on the opposite side of the field. We'll see what the call is. He passes that over to the white hat. The referee will go on mic. They're going to call number 10, Pedro Silva, for lining up in the neutral zone, but then they backed it up. They called it on the off. They called it on the defense, but it was actually a penalty against the Timberwolves. 1st down and 15 at the Lion 45. Same triangle formation, 2 receivers, 1 on each side. And same play, goes to the tailback, picks up a couple of yards, maybe 4. Not quite back to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to say 4 yards on that. It'll make it 2nd down and 12.
Good pursuit by the Lions defense, too. Everybody shifting over, keep an eye on the ball, not letting them get out too far, which is very commendable for those guys.
Triangle formation as they start, then they break out, send 2 of those guys out to bring trips to the right. Single back set in the pistol. Snap, throw, completion on the wheel route. He bobbles it, but he catches it and is able to carry it in for the score down the left sideline. That wheel route really caught the Lion defense off guard, and that's number 31, Tyler Levine, on the catch, bobble, catch, then touchdown. And they line up for the extra point. They lead now 16-0 with 10:21 remaining in the half. Point after attempt right now. Snap is now hold, kick, and it's through the uprights. And the Timberwolves lead here in the first half, 17-0 with 10:21 remaining. Even in the 2 wins, Matt, Lions were down.
Yeah, they're. I don't hate to say the old cliche. They're a comeback team, but they're a fighting team, I guess would be the best word for it. They don't put their head down. They don't give up. They're just 17 points down. That's all. It's just a couple of scores for these guys. When they flooded the side over there to get that touchdown, I think the Lions just weren't ready for it. They were.
That's a numbers game over there.
Yeah, it is. Everybody else was covered, but there was one extra guy out there, and
you release him late behind everybody else on that little, the little wheel route, or it's a double move there in the flat and then back up the sideline. But he was wide open.
Yeah, help was on the right side, and that was on the left, and that's what the offensive coordinators love, and that's what the defensive coordinators hate to see. So
and we'll see. Coach Rob is pretty good at making adjustments. We'll see if they try that play again and how the Lions handle that play. Now the Timberwolves to kick from the north to the south, from the left to right on your radio or internet dial. The kick is lined up at the 40-yard line. Kicker puts his foot into it, and it's a deep kick down the middle of the field into the end zone. and it will be kneeled there by number 3, Jai Garcia. He wanted to return that, you could tell, but footballs are oddly shaped, and when you let them hit the ground, they make funny bounces.
They do, and that would not have been a good decision starting 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone to start with. So, better move that he just covered up on it and took the knee.
Before the Lions come out, I want to take this moment to thank one of our only gold sponsor, Sun Auto. Sun Auto is your alternative to expensive dealership auto repairs. And with more than 30 years in the automotive repair business, you can be sure you're getting top-notch service when you visit a Sun Auto service center. So they're our gold sponsor. Thank you, Sun Auto. Shotgun formation, 2-back set, twin receivers to the right. McNeil takes the snap, hands off to Matthew Long. He breaks into the secondary, cuts out to the right, and there's where a spark may be needed, and they bring in Matthew Long, and we have an injured Lion down at the 25-yard line. McNeil is up, so it's not him. That's also number 80. It's one of the linemen, and he looks a little angry about the injury. It looks like that may be number 73. He must be one of the players that were promoted from the
Chris Ruiz.
Chris Ruiz, is that who
looks
it
like
is?
it's
Yep,
Chris.
there it is.
Yeah,
And they're looking at, looks like it may be a leg injury, maybe it's a cramp, it's the lower leg. We're not going to worry about it. That's for him and the trainer and family. Football's a rough sport. There are injuries, especially on the offensive line. You notice every offensive line that you can think of has knee braces nowadays.
Yep. Even if they aren't injured to start with, it's a good preventative measure. Now, they did get the first down on that, so there's that spark that you mentioned that, unfortunately Chris
tempered
down,
a little
but he
bit
is up,
by
he is up
Ruiz.
and walking, so that's a good sign.
Gingerly and with a little bit of help, and that's a big fella to be getting helped off the field by those two little trainers. But he is moving, and there is weight on both legs there, which is a positive sign. Hopefully, I get some ice on it, and it's not something that he can't overcome, even if he has to sit out the rest of this evening's game. Lions take advantage of that opportunity. No disrespect to Ruiz. They just using that time to discuss strategy. It's 1st down and 10. The Lions have the ball marked at the 36-yard line, their own 36. There's 10 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the half. A touchdown here would go a long way on confidence.
Yeah, it would be huge. They, with Chris kind of out, the O-line is going to be a little suspect to penetration right here, but we'll see if they can step up.
Shotgun formation, 2-back set with Long and Ray Gibson. Long gets the handoff, gets hit, then bounces off, tries to jump a tackler. Not much there. In fact, he loses a couple of yards. He's going to need a little better blocking than that. You can only do so much as a back if you don't have blocks. So it's going to be a loss of maybe 3 yards, 2nd and 13. 9:39 and counting. Again, Timberwolves lead 17-0. Parker McNeil in a shotgun formation has 2 backs in the backfield. Ray Gibson, Ty Worthy has 2 receivers to his left, tight end tight to the right. Fakes to Worthy, hits the receiver 82, Flowers. Pass a little bit tall. He kind of had a defender draped on him. They didn't call a penalty, so they're going to say let him play.
Yeah, that was looking a little rough on
It was about the same as the call that went against Turner earlier that resulted in the first Timberwolf touchdown, but you can't dwell on it. You've got to still try to make that catch.
Yep.
If that is Flowers wearing 82, he was in position. Get your mitts on it. Grab it. It's going to be 3rd down and 13, 9:20. We're going to have a whistle prior to the snap, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout. Leander, we'll go to commercial. You're listening to the Leander Lions radio, or the Texas Sports Radio Network, and Leander Lions football. I'm Chuck Cracy with guest color analyst Matt Gubitz. We'll be right back.
Need help setting up a network or surveillance system? Thought about speeding up your network or getting a surveillance system? Let professionals at Altex take care of you. With over 10,000 products in stock and professional staff, Altex is ready to provide outstanding customer service as well as the latest in technology. Altex, supplying your technology needs since 1980. Located in Austin on I-35 between Breaker and Runberg, or online at altex.com. Mention this ad for a free mouse pad with your next purchase.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping.
Welcome back to Gupton as we have a 3rd down and 13 for the Lions. McNeil fakes the handoff and just too much pressure in the pocket collapse. McNeil sacked. And here we go again. It's 4th down for the Lions on their own 25. 9:09 remaining, down 17 points. They send out the punting unit, which they should. You got to get a little better protection. It doesn't help when number 73, senior Chris Ruiz, has to leave the game.
Well, they did a great job of covering the receivers, too, so he didn't really have any targets to get the ball out to that quickly.
That does make for good sack. Coverage sacks make for good sacks. So Murdoch takes the snap and gets a high punt and fielded cleanly with no fair catch and tackled immediately by Matthew Long as the Timberwolf kick returner. It'll be 1st down and 10 in Timberwolf territory at the 45. Again, this game has really been played from midfield to the Lion end zone, and considering the score is only 17-0, Lions defense, they've played really well.
They have, and it looks like the Lions have dialed in on the return strategy here for the Timberwolves as well. Not letting them, trying not to let them get any additional yardage after the catch now, since they're not going to call a
Timberwolves come out in the triangle formation, break that set, send trips to the right. Quarterback takes the snap, looks down the left sideline, throws down the seam. He's lit up right when the ball gets there. Separated from the ball by number 10, Pedro Silva. Nice play defensively by Silva. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Timberwolves and also stop the clock with 8:27 remaining in the half. Again, Timberwolves lead 17-0.
Sounded like he heard Silva's footsteps coming right at him. I think he didn't really keep an eye on that ball and was getting ready for Pedro to come take care of him.
Pistol formation, single back in the backfield, twin receivers right, single left. That goes to Levine straight ahead. Ball's on the ground, covered by the Lions. It's Lion football in Timberwolf territory at the 43-yard line. The break the Lions really needed, and you know it's going to come from the defense and getting up off the ball. Big 55, the madman Luke Owen.
Fantastic job on Luke, doing a really good job by covering up that ball. It was out, it was rolling around, and he agility, jumped on it, held onto it. Big game so far for Luke.
It was difficult to tell, but it did look like that he was the one that caused the fumble as well, which is, it just goes to the kind of the play that he's having tonight. Really showing up big. 8:20 remaining in the half. Timberwolves lead 17-0. 1st down and 10. Leander in Timberwolf territory. A lot of pressure coming up the middle. McNeil really doesn't have much, nowhere to go, and he gets blitzed as a late blitzer comes in and is able to drag him down. He was able to flush himself out of the pocket. Big loss on that play, though, on the sack. Back into Lion territory at the 47.
Yeah, that was their best starting position in the game so far, but it looks like now they're back onto their side of the field. So
it's still probably as far as they've
be.
penetrated to this point, even where they're at now. We have a 2-back set, shotgun formation, twin receivers to the right, and a tight end on that side as well. Bad snap picked up by McNeil, almost like a bootleg, but defender there, number 7, able to pick him up there for a loss of a couple at the 42. Nice sportsmanship there by one of the Timberwolf defensive linemen. Big number 98 or 99 helps Parker McNeil up. It's going to be 3rd down and very long. 3rd and 26 is what the board shows. They're on their own 42-yard line.
It's just a big mountain to cross right now, but they've done it before. They've
We watched a 4th and 30.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely, yeah.
And a 3rd and 30 in that same game, both be converted by the Lions. We're going to have a timeout. I'm not sure who called that timeout. Let's see if the referee signals. It is going to go for Leander, and we'll go to a commercial break. You're listening to Leander Lions football on the Texas Sports Radio Network. I'm Chuck Cracy with Matt Gubitz. We'll be right back.
We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expectmore. We expect a lot from the teams we get.
Welcome back to Gupton Stadium in Cedar Park, Texas, where the Cedar Park Timberwolves lead our Leander Lions 17-0. 6:57 remaining in the half. Lions football, 3rd and 26. They have it on their own 42. Shotgun formation, 2-back set, 2 receivers, 1 tight end. McNeil fakes to Worthy on the jet sweep, throws deep down the right sideline. There's a little bit of contact. No flag. Pass intended for number 2, Gabriel Sanchez, one of the district's leading receivers, even though he missed an entire game of being a receiver because he played quarterback against Vanderbilt.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job, too, being quarterback, considering he hadn't taken a snap in 2 years. I think he did a really good job of stepping up and helped lead the team. Wasn't the best game the boys have played, but I think they still had heart, and he showed great courage in stepping up and taking care of it.
He stepped right in that face of adversity and took it for the team. So we have a punt formation now, punt situation, back to to punt Murdoch, and the Timberwolves bring the house, and they run into Murdoch. There's a flag fielded by the T-Wolves at the 31. The punt is, and he's dropped by Long immediately. Let's see if the flag is a 15-yard variety or a 5-yard variety.
It looked pretty hard. I'm be surprised if it wasn't a 15.
It's. Let's see what he says. They're talking to the Timberwolf coaches as if the call is going to go against the Lions, which
right.
I find that hard to believe unless there was a hold leading up to running into the kicker. So that's only a 5-yard penalty.
Nope,
oh,
15
they
and
did,
a automatic. All right.
So they called the penalty incorrectly. It's not running into the kicker.
That is a roughing.
It's roughing the kicker. But it will be a first down for the Lions. Benefits for that is obviously you get to keep the ball and try to score again. You're in Cedar Park territory at their 42, but the defense gets more rest.
Yeah.
Defense is keeping the Lions in this game, and the rest that they need has to come from the offense being successful.
Yeah, and we're keeping the defense for Cedar Park on the field, which, they're big boys, they're tough, but even they're going to get a little winded if we keep plugging at them like this, keep plowing away.
Cowboys made a lot of money doing that last season. Shotgun formation, 2-back set. We have a delay. Okay, we're going to get the play going. All right, we've got 2-back set, twin receivers to the right, tight end to his left. Parker McNeil takes the snap, hands off to Ty Worthy on the jet sweep. He cuts up a lane over the 40 into the about 37, maybe 38-yard line, gain of about 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for Leander. A little bit of life after that roughing the kicker penalty. We've got a shotgun formation for the Lions. McNeil and Worthy in the backfield, twin receivers to the right. Michael Berry to the left. They hand off going to the left. That looks like that's probably going to be Ray Gibson on that carry. Picks up maybe a yard. But I think they're setting something up there. It looked like Michael Berry released to get a defender in the secondary. One of these times they're going to run that play, fake it to Ray Gibson, pull up and hit Michael Berry. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's on this play or the next one. Shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right, tight end to the left tight. McNeil takes a snap, hands off to Worthy, going left to right. He gets maybe a yard back to the line of scrimmage, and he's stood up. That Timberwolf defense showing a lot of toughness. 4th down and 4 now for the Lions. 5:28 remaining in the half. Timberwolves lead 17-0. Ball is marked on the 36-yard line.
And Timberwolves are not given a whole lot of room in the center of their line. The holes that we've seen so far, Leander getting through, are stretching out a little bit off to the side.
Those stretch plays may be more effective. We'll see how the offense adjusts. Shotgun formation with Ray Gibson by himself. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They hit Gibson in the flat. He gets dragged down short of the 1st down marker. And there's no flag on that play. It's going to be Timberwolf football on downs with 4:57 remaining in the half. 17-0. This is probably the furthest back the Timberwolves have started a possession on their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, they've been up a little bit closer, I would say, for most of the game. But we'll see what they can come up with. This might give them more room to play around with, actually.
Trips to the right. Handoff goes to the single back set straight ahead. Alex Williams there on the tackle along with number 8, Levi Beck. Gain of maybe 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 36-yard line for the Timberwolves. Shotgun formation, single back set. It's going to be a pistol formation. Twin receivers to the right and left. Quarterback barks his signal, sends Levine to the other side of the ball. Snap, fakes to Levine, throws in the flat, jumping up and almost intercepting that pass, and that would have been a pick 6.
Easily.
The senior, number 6, Matthew Long, with another big play. 3rd down, that'll stop the clock with 4:24 remaining in the half, and that defense, energized with a little bit of that rest, comes out and puts together 2 good plays and see if they can put one more here and force a punt from the Timberwolves. Empty set for the quarterback, has trips to his right, twins to his left. He's barking out signals. Lions have a lot of guys on the line of scrimmage like they're about to bring the house. Snap, they've pulled back into coverage. Nice coverage, and they flush the quarterback out to the right. Oh, there's a receiver open at the 40. Pass is completed, and he steps out of bounds. That's number 7 at the 29-yard line of the Leander Lions. It'll be 1st and 10 Timberwolves there. 4:14 remaining in the half. You get them 3rd and 8, you got to get a stop.
Yeah, got to give it to the Timberwolf quarterback, though. Scrambling around, finding that open man. Good pass. It was a good play on the Timberwolf side.
It was a good play. It's 1st and 10 now. Timberwolves, 2 backs in the backfield of the pistol formation, 1 coming in motion left to right. Snap, handoff to Levine. He's wrapped up immediately. Drop for no gain, maybe a loss by number 6, Matthew Long. Also there, number 8,
Levi Beck.
Yeah,
those 2 twins are really good on the outside linebacker position. Pretty 2 tough characters to contend with on the same team.
2nd down and 10 for the Timberwolves. There's looks like a penalty that was being marked off on that play against the Timberwolves. A pre-snap foul, looks like. So that play didn't even happen. 1st down, 15. The ball's at the 34-yard line. Clock winding at 4. Handoff goes to Levine straight ahead. He breaks out into traffic, pulled down by Luke Owen after a gain of just a couple at around the 30-yard line. Not quite back to the original line of scrimmage, making it 2nd and 11 for the Timberwolves. 3:40 and counting in the half. Timberwolves up 17-0.
Yeah, it looks like Malik Jones went out, lost his helmet there for a second, so he's going to come out. He's one of the inside linebackers.
You got to be able to bring guys in, bring them in quickly. The quarterback looking to throw, has a receiver streaking across the field. Nice interception by number 10, Pedro Silva, saving really what could have been points at the end of that drive, what was looking like it was going to be points at the end of that drive. The receiver was open. Silva, the last second, jumps in front of him.
Right in. And very similar to the play that they happened just a second ago, too. Scramble, defensive line was really doing a great job, flushing them out of the pocket, making them run around. And Pedro, not going to let it happen this time, steps right up.
And the quarterback demonstrated a couple of times earlier in this game that he can roll out, throw on the run fairly accurately. The pass wasn't a bad pass. It was a little bit behind the receiver just enough for Silva to make up that little bit of ground the receiver had on him.
Get the right angle at it, and he was able to pick it off, which is great. Good energy. A little over 3 minutes left. Let's see what they can do.
Little momentum, hopefully. McNeil takes the snap, hands off to Ray Gibson. He bounces his way up near the 5, maybe the 6. They're going to put him at the 6-yard line for a gain of maybe a yard. It's going to be second down, 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the half. And you got to be careful down here on your own end. You don't want to give up cheap points to the number one team in the state.
No. You're going to make the number one. They've done it by earning it. Make them earn it again on this town too. Definitely want to pound out a couple of yards and then see what we can do in the air.
McNeil barks out the signal, shotgun formation, hands it to Ray Gibson, who gets up over the 10, close to they're going to mark him at the 10, maybe 11-yard line. It's going to be third down and about 5, maybe 6 yards to go for the Lions. 2:35. There's a stoppage. It looks like there may have been a penalty, and there was. It's going to be a hold against the Lions.
Not like you said, it's easy to get those yards when you've got holding on that side.
The holding's a lot less painful when it's half the distance to the goal because you're already back to the goal anyway. But it's still, you don't want to get it there to the goal line. And you want that clock to burn at this point. You don't want to give up any more points to the Timberwolves. You're not uncomfortable being behind at halftime if you're a Leander Lion.
No, not at all. You don't want to give them any more points, though. 17's manageable.
Correct. McNeil, shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield. Hands off to Worthy. Looks for a crease. He finds one along the right side. He breaks out.
Gone.
He's at the 10, 20. Carries up to the 24. He broke a few tackles, Ty Worthy, and he gets a first down for the Lions, a big first down. Tackled by 32. It'll be 1st and 10, and we've got our own players hustling to get the football for the referees so that it can be set and back on the line of scrimmage. You got to like that. They want to run this offense quickly after a successful play. 2:08 and counting in the half. 1st and 10 Lions from their own 25. Parker McNeil, shotgun formation. 2-back set. Takes the snap, hands off to Ty Worthy. He runs up the right seam over the 25 to about the 28. We'll call it a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Under 2 minutes and counting. Timberwolves lead 17-0. McNeil looking to the sideline to get the call. They're taking a lot of time. I don't think they're in necessarily in a let's hurry up and score mode, but maybe more so let's safely see if we can get a big play here, and then we'll get in a hurry.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely not one of the rush kind of things. They're taking their time. They're going to call the right play. They're going to make sure they got it. Not going to give that ball back, I think, is the key here.
I agree. Shotgun formation, 2-back set. McNeil takes the snap, fakes to Worthy, looks to throw. Hits the receiver, number 2, Gabriel Sanchez, up to the 39. First down Lions. That'll stop the clock while they reset the chains. 1:08 remaining in the half. 17-0 Timberwolves. Chains are reset. The clock has been blown to wine, and it's 1st and 10. McNeil, shotgun formation, 2-back set. Hands off to Matthew Long, who breaks a couple and breaks another tackle. He's at midfield. He's at the 40. He cuts in at the 25. He's at the 20, 10, 5. He's in for the score. No, they're going to call him out at the 1. They're going to call him out at the 1. 1st and goal, Lions. What a run by Matthew Long. We have an injured Timberwolf down around the 22, but he broke at least 5 tackles to make a play.
He's a player. He's absolutely a player.
He got blocking. It got him into the secondary. But when the tacklers were there, he shook them off.
Yeah, he's good. He's good at that. He's pretty slick. He runs sideways a lot, and I'm not talking side to side. When he's running,
he moves
north
laterally
and south,
easily.
When he moves north and south, he goes sideways sometimes, and it's kind of hard to get. We saw him try to jump a tackler earlier. Didn't quite work, but in a previous game, he hurdled somebody and added an extra 15 yards to that
and
play.
I think on that play alone, you see why Coach Smith and why Coach Pleasant and even why Coach Robb are willing to allow their best or one of their best defensive players to play a little offense. Because when you have a weapon of that caliber, and a lot of it, he's strong, he's fast, he's smart, he's a football player. That's not even what it is with Matthew Long. Matthew Longs is right in that chest area, right?
Oh, yeah.
He does not want to be denied. And on that play, you saw an example of, the number one defense in the state, held Aledo, who was number one at the time, to 17 points or 14 points or 13 or something. It takes a guy with heart to run through a defense like that.
Yeah.
So you got to give him credit where it's due.
Yeah, and
I felt like it was a touchdown.
it looked like it from up here. It really did. But you got to give credit also to the blocking, as you said, moving it out, spreading the guys going the wrong way. Matthew bounced around a little bit. Hard to keep an eye on that. When you're getting pushed around. So good teamwork all the way around. He sure did try to get over that pylon, though, didn't he?
He did, and I thought he did. But very important play here as there's 51 seconds, and you don't want to lose this momentum, and you do definitely want to turn it to points. And the clock has been wound at 46 seconds. McNeil in a shotgun formation takes the snap, hands off to Matthew Long. Will not be denied this time. We have a flag thrown over near the sideline. Did we ever get a touchdown signal?
Yeah, we did get a touchdown signal.
Okay, there was a touchdown
signal.
signal.
Flag came in after the signal.
So we've got a dead ball foul possibly. It's going against the Timberwolves.
Looks like.
If you're basing it on the Lion players, and they are excited. Big 74. Chi celebrating there. A nice blocking effort by that offensive line who lost Ruiz earlier in the game, but it looks like he's back out there. 38 seconds remaining, 17-6. Lions will kick the point after. And, this is the kind of momentum swing the Lions really needed.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like there's a little confusion. Timeout on the Lions.
Timeout for the Leander Lions. I guess they're considering whether or not they want to go for two or not here right before the half. We're going to go to a commercial break. You're listening to Leander Lions football on the Texas Sports Radio Network. I'm Chuck Cracy, and I'm with Matt Hubitz.
Does your computer or notebook need an upgrade or repair? Need help setting up a network or surveillance system? Thought about speeding up your network or getting a surveillance system? Let professionals at Altex take care of you. With over 10,000 products in stock and professional staff, Altex is ready to provide outstanding customer service as well as the latest in technology. Altex, supplying your technology needs since 1980. Located in Austin on I-35 between Breaker and Runberg, or online at altex.com. Mention this ad for a free mouse pad with your next purchase.
It's a given.
Welcome back to Gupton Stadium, where the Lions just get on the board. It's 17-6 with 38 seconds, with the point after attempt is being lined up by Murdoch. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's into the Leander band, and good. Timberwolves now lead 17-7 as big momentum shift here at the end of the first half, the kind of thing the Lions needed. You knew you were going to take a hit in the mouth when you're playing the number one team in the state. They withstood that first flurry and have now answered. Took a little while, but they did it.
And the momentum, the attitude, it's got to be just huge going into the locker room after that. We can take these 38 seconds down and keep Timberwolves back on their side. That's going to be huge for them. That again, like you said, going against the number one team, even scoring points and hold them to 17 in the first half is a big accomplishment, and kudos to both teams. I did want to make a point. Chris Ruiz was back on the field, number 73. He was the player that was injured earlier, would look like a lower leg injury. He was back on the line for the extra point. A little slow getting up, but nonetheless out on the field and putting his heart back out there too. So this is that game, like you were saying. This is that crosstown rivalry where doesn't matter who's what, everybody's going to give their best.
Okay, the Lions are going to be kicking off from the south to the north. Murdoch lining up the kick. Real quick before we kick, I want to give a shout-out to a high school football friend of mine in Coffeyville, Kansas, who's listening to the Leander Lions Cedar Park Timberwolf game. Big Texas high school football fan, Mike Ogden. How you doing, Mike? 38 seconds remaining in the half. Timberwolves lead 17-7. Murdoch getting ready to kick, and his kick goes up high and floats short and is fielded at the 25 by the Timberwolves. He returns that kick all the way up to the 38 where he's tackled by a super sophomore that was 23, Malik Jones, not Alex Williams, but he was there as well. Let's give it credit to both of them.
Yeah,
First and 10 Timberwolves.
Yeah, Alex, fantastic young sophomore, got a big career ahead of him here at Leander. Really smart player, sees the plays ahead, moves around. Really looking forward to seeing a lot of him next year.
And just a good kid.
He is a real nice kid, too, absolutely.
Pistol formation, single back set for the Timberwolves. They bark out a few signals, look back for a change. From the sideline, 33 seconds remaining. They lead 17-7. Send a man in motion, taking their time, fake the handoff, looking to go deep down the seam. Really had a receiver hit him in the hands, number 5. It's kind of a really bullet of a throw. Been a tough catch, but it did hit him in the hands. You got to catch that, and you can see it as the receiver throws the football into the sidelines. He's angry.
Yeah, it was a fast pass, though. I mean, that was a Nolan Ryan kind of pass right there.
Yeah. I've seen John Elway's passes look like that get caught. So now, granted, it's the NFL, but you get your hands on it, you catch that.
That had open ground all the way.
Yeah, he might have taken that to the house. Pistol formation, 2 receivers on the right, single receiver left, tight end tight on the right. Barking out the signal, takes a snap, tight end releases down the middle, and he's open. Almost intercepted, coming across the other way. Silva sniffing it out. He must be watching the quarterback's eyes as he almost got his second one of this quarter. Yeah. Incomplete, however, is going to bring up third down with 22 seconds.
Stopping the clock, unfortunately, we really would have liked to seen that go down, but Silva, great eyes on getting that ball coming across the field, almost picking that off. He was jumping around, too. He's obviously a little upset with himself for not grabbing that this time.
So we're going to have third down and 10, 22 seconds remaining in the half. Timberwolves lead 17-7 in this cross-down showdown. Jet sweep, Timberwolves coming from left to right, and we sniff that out. Number 5 there to force him out of bounds, Isaiah Turner. There's going to be 16 seconds remaining in this half. It will be fourth down, and it looks like the Timberwolves aren't even going to bother with anything beyond punting it here. Lions a little leery, as the Timberwolves have been known to pull out a crazy fake punt at the most inopportune times, and they're not even going to put a return man back as they bring along and number 7, Chris Patek, up near the action. Punt formation, signal barked out. There's the snap. There's the kick, and it's a nice spiral punt. Takes a Timberwolf roll inside the 20, inside the 15 to about the 9, where it's downed, and that's going to be the half. Lions are down 17-7, but they have momentum. We're going to go to break real quick, Matt, but before we do, anything you want to say about what the Lions need to do to come out here in the second half and turn this thing a little bit more in their favor?
Yeah, I think it's really going to have to focus on the offense. You know, we've seen too many 3-and-outs. We've been lucky with some penalties and some big penalties against the Timberwolves. So I know the Timberwolves are going to have a talking to in the locker room about the penalties, and I'm pretty sure that our boys are going to have a conversation with the offensive line, especially making sure that they've got given Parker enough time to go on out there and do something with the ball.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to a commercial break real quick, and we're going to try to – I'm not sure how the bands – it looks like the Cedar Park band's getting out there right now. Maybe they're going to do